What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Taurus. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Or something like that. Turns I've been having a little fun with the jigs. At first I thought I was running out of ideas, but now we're cooking. But with this weekly spread, Taurus, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Taurus. So I'm gonna pull a few oracle decks, or a few oracle decks, just mad decks there, Taurus. I'm gonna pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that are like watching Taurus, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you'd enjoy them. But let's see what your first card is here. Oh, look at you, Taurus. I think it looks like it's time to kick back and relax. Because you got the fourth card of Gemini's here, which is the hammock card. I don't think I've ever been in a hammock, Taurus. And with this card, I hope you have. With this card, this is a card of rest, relax, time off, pause, suspend, sleep, supported, meditate, inactive, recovery, find relief, vacation, waiting, suspended between two things, in limbo, and self-actualization. And the energy that's coming through here, Taurus, is the in limbo. And I almost feel like for some, it's just like we do, It almost feels like that maybe for some we might be in this, I don't know. I'm almost getting for some of like me it might be like a job type of thing. Like maybe we've put out some resumes, or maybe we've gotten an interview or kind of things along those lines, and we're just like in that sort of like that unknown space. We're not sure, where we lie. Or this could even be maybe in like a. I'm even kind of getting for some it might be even like a relationship. It's like maybe we're not sure where we're at, or something along those lines. But either way, there's this like weird almost like kind of lack of security there, and it might be making us maybe a little anxious, maybe a little confused, maybe something like that yeah, it's like we're sort of, yeah, we're just caught in this sort of just undefined type of space here, Taurus. And I feel like for some of you that if this is like, or maybe even, well, let's start if this is like maybe like a job, or maybe like we're waiting to hear back for about some sort of important decision, maybe just in general. I feel like that there is this energy of patience that's needing to kind of come through right now. It's like if there's nothing else that we can do at this moment, it's just being comfortable with the discomfort, or being comfortable with the unknown is the energy that's kind of coming through here. But even in like a lower case, like in a different kind of case here, there's this, I'm just the suspended between two things is something that kind of keeps popping in my head. And it feels that even for some, on even a more sort of like kind of even like spiritual type of sense, possibly, that maybe we feel sort of just like lost in general. That there's this energy of sort of just like going through the motions, like our heads almost like in this sort of fog, or something like that. It feels very just sort of just kind of meandering, or just kind of wandering sort of like aimlessly. It feels in a, not necessarily uncomfortable, but it just feels this, for some I'm even almost giving this sense of just kind of like this, almost like a giving up or like a surrendering, but not in like a we're surrendering to the universe, but it's just like that we're just not sure where things are trying to guide us here, kind of stuck between that those dual realms of the material and the physical, or excuse me, between the divine and like the physical here. Very interesting there, Taurus. Let me get some tarot on this and get some details. Because I'm even thinking about your energy as far as like the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is the bridge between, between the spiritual and the material realm. And let me see what's going on here before I get into that. All right, Taurus. So you have the Page of Cups and the Tower here, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles and then the Judgment card in reverse. And it seems like that there's some, whether this is a decision or this, I don't know, or this, again, that kind of wandering energy. I'm not sure if something may have happened here recently that's just gotten us. If this is for, if this, let me start, if this is something of like a serious decision that's being needing to be made, or that we're kind of waiting for the like for a decision. I almost feel like that for some it's like we've gotten to this place where it is getting a little anxious and we're just like anticipating that something bad is going to happen, that this thing isn't going to realize or come to fruition possibly, or just not go how we think is going to, and there's just we're going to stay in this sense of not being able to move on to maybe to be able to close something out. Maybe this is like, maybe we're waiting on to hear decision. I'm getting like for some maybe like a court type of thing. Maybe there's something along those lines. Maybe we're waiting to get like an answer for like a hearing or something like that. Or maybe there's, maybe we've just made a proposal possibly, or maybe even just like confessed like as far as like our feelings for someone. This could be another instance where it's like, and we're not sure how this decision's going down. But I feel that some are maybe anticipating the worst here, and because with the Page of Cups it feels like that there's this vulnerable energy that's coming through here. He's, the Page of Cups is very youthful and very very how do I want to put this? There's this innocence that comes with the, I mean, with all the pages, but with the Page of Cups, I feel like in particular, because this reminds me of Pisces energy, and Pisces is very loving and very very giving with their energy, but I feel like we went in with this sort of like optimism, or this youthful sort of innocence or naivety. I mean, I'm not calling you naive, but it's just more so that we were expecting one thing, and now that's starting to wane. This Page of Cups feels like with this Tower here, and because there's a lot of because there's some pretty intense energy surrounding this page here, and I feel like it is starting to get to this effect where we may be doubting this seed that we planted, or this opportunity, or something like that, Taurus. And I feel that when, maybe even for some, we might even be thinking about like moving back, or maybe changing our mind, or doing something where we might reverse this stuff before, so that we don't get caught or get shocked or something like that. But I feel like kind of wait this out, Taurus, and just to kind of see where this is going to take you, because whether this is like a job or like a relationship possibly, or maybe we're looking for approval for like a home, or that rejection where, yes, that can be a little tough, but that's not, I feel like it's not the end of the world. That's where one door closes, another one opens, but I feel like it's trying to keep that hope, and keep that drive, and remember that there is a silver lining to that. And I get it, but it's like when we're in the moment it can be hard to kind of keep that faith in things. But but now for some others, because I want to go back to that sort of that lost in that fog there for a second. I don't know, it's like it feels like that something happened here with this tower moment that again it changes the perspective of this page of cups in a sense. And I feel like we're really kind of we might be a little stuck on this Taurus, you know. It, because after the judgment card is the world where we get to the completion of a cycle, and you know then things close out before we start over again as the fool. But now it's like we're not even trying to start stuff. It's just now we're just sort of again just sort of wandering. It almost feel like there's this almost like this kind of spiritual damage or this self-esteem maybe type of damage or something that's going on here that's or this could even be something that may have been brought up and this might have been some sort of childhood thing maybe or something that may have happened in our youth that has kind of resurfaced and it's changed things in a way. I'm you know there's a different sort of understanding and I'm not sure if there's we're having troubles. Let me get a little bit more on this page of cups here. Hmm. Interesting. Thank you. So the page of cups is clarified by the lovers, the nine of swords, and then the queen of wands. And the lovers, that's Gemini energy. But there's I feel that for some, it's like now we're in this place of we're almost afraid of making choices because maybe we were bold doing something here recently, or I don't know. So we had this sort of mentality because the Queen of Wands, she's one that just sort of, she's kind of figures things out as she goes. You know, she's not the type to really think about things in a sense. She's a great like she follows her passions, and she's the only in this, you know, in the Rider White deck. She's the only one that's not, you know, that doesn't have the salamanders on her cloak because the salamanders are supposed to be protection from fire. But she's got her cat here. You know, she relies on this luck, and in that things are going to work out in the long run. But now I feel that there's this energy of, again, something's on our mind here, or we might even be trying to keep this stuff kind of blocked out of our head because now things have kind of taken a turn here. Is hmm. I'm even getting for some we might even question if we are being divinely guided, or if like the universe is even kind of turned. A very kind of deep energy here that's coming through Taurus, and if that's the case, there may be, you know, we might need to take a moment and kind of sit down and do some meditation, recover from this thing, kind of process what this mentality is. Maybe even just think with the lovers being, you know, Gemini energy, talking about this with someone. You know, Gemini is a sign of communication, and they're also a sign of, you know, they learn a lot. You know, they're, you know, yeah, very interesting energy here. All right, Taurus, I think I'm gonna leave that there, but yeah, I hope that made sense. Let's get another card. Oh, all right. Thank you. Oh, interesting. One of your cards here, Taurus. So you got the sixth card of you, which is the Anamkara card. And with this card, this is a card of unconditional love, romance, soulmates, uncommon bond, devoted, always, tenderness, timeless, constant, affection, best friends, appreciation, unchanging, and infinite love. And the energy that's coming through here, Taurus, is the constant. It may be for some that there's been this. I'm kind of getting with that combination of the constant and the in limbo, and just kind of with the tower here that there's. I feel that for some it's just like we've just sort of been in maybe this like kind of like constant funk possibly for some of you, and that there's been maybe we've been looking for this change, but I feel that this is one where it's like we're going to need to be bold with the Queen of Wands and initiate this change. Because it's just like, I feel like that it almost seems like that these tower moments maybe that have been happening have been just really just a lot for you, and it's getting to where it is waning on your kind of your mental state here, and it's sort of, it just feels like that we've been in this constant state of just kind of just stuck for some. And I feel like that and then again, I feel like for some there's a need to maybe again maybe talk with, either talk with like a good friend about this to kind of process this stuff. And you know, it's not medical advice or anything, and you know towards you in a judgment free zone, but maybe this is even talking with like a professional possibly, and maybe trying to get this things kind of worked out. But just if things have maybe been feeling in this sort of constant state, or where the energies haven't been moving, or they haven't been moving in the direction that you want, I feel there's a need, just thinking with again with Gemini energy, maybe a need to communicate with your higher forces, whether it be, you know, higher self, future self, you know, the angels, ancestors, however you connect to Source, Taurus, and just sort of like maybe even just lay your burdens down there, you know, give it to I don't know, give it to higher powers there, and maybe see if we can find some relief there. You know, it's like, because that's interesting. I'm just kind of looking at this Nine of Swords here, and it has, you know, the zodiac signs and planetary energies kind of sewn in on this blanket, and I feel that there is this is that. Hmm. Let me get some. Let me get some tarot on this, because that's fascinating. It almost feels like that even our normal sort of like however we used to find sort of comfort in things, I feel like is not even working, or we feel that it's not working. But let me get some tarot on this, Taurus. Let's see what's going on here, Taurus. Alright, so you have the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Wands, and then you have the Four of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And it feels with this, Taurus, that again there's something here about, there's this anxiety here, or that there's this, it's like we're stuck in our heads, but it's almost giving me even just sort of like a, almost even like a zombie type of like a state of just like a, you know, just sort of just really sort of low energy. It's almost like even like a like slightly depressive, or just like a can't even be sort of bothered type of energy that's sort of kind of coming through there, because it's like you got a lot of passionate energy here with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands, but it's just our vibrations aren't, something's getting in the way. Whatever this Nine of Swords, maybe this Tower moment is getting in the way of your vibrations. It's I might need to get a little bit more with the Nine of Cups, but something is getting in the way of you, of your drive here. Let me get a little bit more on this Nine of Cups, because that's like the energy that you're attracting. You know, it's like that magnetic energy that pulls the energies of the universe towards you and brings the things that you want. But now, It's like we've lost our groove a little bit, or lost some All right, so the Nine of Cups is clarified by, oh, yeah, Nine of Cups is clarified by the Four of Wands and the High Priestess. And this does feel like something that is, whatever this is, Taurus, it does feel on a more kind of like emotional type of subconscious level here, because the High Priestess, she's represented by the moon, and that deals with our subconscious, our emotions, our, you know, it gets into like cyclical energies as well. And I feel like for some, it's just like we're sort of stuck in a cycle right now, and it's just like if there's a need, I feel like, to just kind of reconnect with your intuition here, with the High Priestess popping up. In order for you, it's like the energies are trying to get you back. You know, maybe it's like we've lost our, even in like the fun things that we do. It's just like they're just distractions. As soon as we get out of that energy, it's just like we're right back into the Nine of Swords again. And this could be, again, maybe this is something, you know, because the Four of Wands can be a card of marriage, and it's like maybe this is something to do with a marriage, or just like a heavy decision where it's just like we want this thing. I feel like we want, and it's like, and I'm not saying that we're just choosing to stay there if that's something that's resonating with you, but it's just like we're not sure how to get out of that funk, like into that celebratory state again. Very interesting, Taurus. Let's get your last card here. Interesting. Thank you. Alright, so lastly here, Taurus, you got the fourth card of Cancers, which is the Mirror card. And with this card, this is a card of self-aware, seeing clearly, ego, facing issues, self-assessment, self-improvement, insecure, make comparisons, reflection, obsessed, narcissistic, vain, self-love, and self-appreciation. An energy that's coming through here, Taurus, is a self-assessment. And something, you know, just kind of feels off. It's like and I feel like maybe we've been sort of maybe checked out a little bit, or, you know, maybe we've been trying to use fun and things to kind of distract ourselves, but it's just that thing is, whatever it is that is maybe bothering us, it's got us into this, it's like we're still just in this sort of like that constant state of whatever this Nine of Swords energy is, this worry, this anxiety, these fears, maybe even. But I mean, even for some, even thinking for some, it's like maybe we've been even sleeping a lot more, you know, or just been, and not that because you're just tired. It's just like, again, maybe it's just like there're just some things we'd rather just be elsewhere than dealing with maybe some of these challenges, or, you know, having to be stuck in this. Let me get some tarot on that. Thank you. Alright, that's a little bit, Taurus. Alright, so you have the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Cups upright. And let's switch back over here, Taurus. because I feel with the Ace of Cups that there's something here that it's like there's something here that we need to be present with. Maybe something that we're avoiding, something that has something that has been something that's been keeping us like that we need to face that we're I don't know, it's like that we're it's like we're trying to walk away from something, but it's like instead of I feel like in order to walk away from this thing, we have to acknowledge whatever this is first. It's like I feel like it's just that we don't want to deal with it. We just sort of just want to keep it moving, and we feel like that's going to keep us protected, or that's going to be enough. But with the Ten of Cups being here, for some, I feel like this may be kind of like a family thing. Maybe there's something there with that. It's like maybe we're in this decision of, are we sure if like a family's going to stay together, or if there's going to be this constant, or maybe we've even missed some of this consistency in our family lives. It's very interesting here, Taurus, but there is this energy of it's something is not how we pictured. I feel like is what's going on here with the Ten of Cups for some of you, and in order to like kind of not deal with the criticisms and things, it's just like I don't know, it's like we're just blocking something off here. Let me get a little bit more of the Ace of Cups before we close out here, Taurus. Alright, Taurus, so the Ace of Cups is clarified by the Six of Wands and the Chariot. And I feel like both, whatever this is, Taurus, I feel like both are trying to get you to power through and try to get you to deal with whatever this, because it feels like there's some sort of shadow work here for some, but I don't know, I'm even kind of getting to that for some with the Chariot. Just if we're waiting on some kind of decision, or it feels like that we're constantly in the state of uncertainty or something like that things are going to move how they're going to move, and there's I feel like a patience that's needed. There's some very kind of obscure energy that's going on right now, Taurus. But I do think that for some, it's like I feel like we're kind of thinking, or we kind of might be feeling a lot about this, just because the Chariot, that's Cancer energy, and you got their ruler, the High Priestess, and it's like maybe we've been feeling a lot about this, and we're just like, I don't, You're very interesting here, Taurus. Yeah, I feel like we're in a kind of a longer. It's like we're waiting for that wind to come through, or we're waiting for things to just start making sense, or which I hope this makes sense, Taurus. Your readings have been interesting these last couple here. All right, Taurus. I think I'm gonna leave that there because I'm having it's kind of fuzzy what's coming through. It's like it's not. It's like it's shrouded, or I think I may be trying to force a Taurus. I think I'm gonna pull out of that. But if anything resonated with you with the Taurus, give it a thumbs up in the sense of just like maybe this can help. Maybe if there's other Taurians that are kind of resonating with this too, to know that this is not a that they because you might just be kind of in a because Jupiter just went retrograde in your sign, and now you got both Uranus and Jupiter retrograde there, or yes, and Yeah, you might just be in sort of a reflective, sort of like a reevaluated state. It's like something needs to change, or you've just been, we're trying to get these energies moving, but I'm about to get back into your reading. Like this, share this, and if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified on these videos each week. And then last little thing, Taurus, let's switch up gears a little bit, because look at you. Yeah, I know, right? What a shift. Look at you getting the hottest ticket to come over to my other channel, and our ruler here, the moon, the high priestess. My sun signs in Cancer. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, sun, moon, rising, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. Absolutely discuss lunar shenanigans. She's been popping up a little bit there. It's been kind of nice seeing her. And it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Taurus. That's interesting, because you got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And so I do feel that, especially with your Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles all in reverse, like, we're stuck, or we're not sure where things are going, or I don't know, there's this, our foundation feels foggy, or it feels yes, it's this foggy type of energy that keeps coming through, like we're not seeing things clearly. And I do think that, with that self-assessment, maybe we just need to kind of evaluate what we want, or are we on our right path, or does this feel like where you wanting to go, or connected with higher self, because the Lovers is kind of like your higher self starting to winking at you there. So maybe we've been ignoring some divine, some messages and things, but maybe interpreting the Tower moments in the way that haven't been what higher self had intended. But let's get an oracle before we close. Thank you. Alright, Taurus, and you got the 30th card here, which is the TikTok card. And I don't feel like this is an energy of rushing or anything, but I just feel like that it's just been just this, that's all you've been hearing in a sense, which has been just like tick tock, tick tock. And there's like, but we're not sure what it's time for, or it's just like, or the clock is moving and time is moving, but it's just like we're not moving. And it's just almost, maybe for some it feels like that we're losing time. And it's just like we've been sort of lost in this, you got even just like in this desert here. Just really, pick your, it's like if you're lost in a desert or an ocean or a fog, or, yeah, that in limbo energy is, yeah, very fascinating, Taurus, but I think I'm going to leave that there, but you stay safe out there, with this, I don't know, with the self-assessment, kind of figuring out where things are going, or, maybe even just like if we're waiting for a decision or something, it's just like, give it some time, and things will come together when they're meant to. But, and you raise your vibration through the roof, do some self-care, maybe take a little time off from yourself, maybe go kick it in a hammock, and, yeah, just something to think about, Taurus. And I will catch you on the next one later.